Dino's Workshop.
Hey up. Right, now for another video. This one I want to build some shelving for me son-in-law's man cave. Now what I'm hoping to do is build it out of a load of scraps that I've got. I don't want to be buying sort of any more wood, well MDF. I've got quite a few bits of scrap, so I thought I could make it out of that. Now because of that I've had to wangle, basically fudge the way I've drawn it up to get it out the bits that I've got. Now these are the bits that I've got here. This is the parlour bit, so hopefully I'll make it all out of that. And this here is what I want to make. Now I've had a bit of a play on SketchUp, mainly to try and find out what these angles are here. Now like I say, ideally I want it to come all the way down, but I haven't got pieces big enough, so I've had to make it the way I've made it. Now the angle of these cuts works out around about 53 degrees according to this. That's if I've got my SketchUp right. So anyway, that's what I want to make, and let's see how it goes. It's the first time here using my table saw since I fitted the soft start module, and it worked like a dream, to be fair, so it seems to be working okay. Here I'm setting the angle to 53 degrees, but what I found is when I started running wood through with that throat plate in, is it started getting jammed at the end. So what I ended up doing is using one of the throat plates that I'd made before. You've probably seen the videos when I was making one of them, so I ended up swapping it to one of them. Now because my table saw isn't capable of adjusting to more than 45 degrees, and I wanted 53 degrees, I ended up making this kind of bit of a jig to fit on my table saw over the fence. I put edge banding on all the edges. I find it easier to do this, especially when I'm sort of painting the edges. I find it easier to put this on than start messing around filling the ends, the end grains and stuff. This iron-on trim that I'm using, all it leaves is about 1/2 mil protruding above each edge. It must be about 19 mil. This board's 18 mil, and the trim must be about 19 mil. And then all I do, I use something like that, a 120, just to take the edge off it, to get the bit off, if you like. Just taking time with it. And it takes off that 1/2 mil, and then once I've got that off, I swap to something like a 320 or higher. This is just what I've got at the moment. I'd probably normally go a little bit higher than this, but the only other ones I've got are 600. But anyway, them are 320s, and then what I do, just go over that edge again. And smooth it in, and you end up with a really good good edge on it. And I just give it a bit of a wipe off. And then, as you can probably see there, I mean, we've got a real good edge to it. That's everything trimmed up. Now it's just a matter of putting it together. I decided to cut a bit of the shelf out at the back just so that it gives somewhere for cables to go. Now what I decided to do is put it together with biscuits. Well, biscuits and screws. Anywhere where screws would be on show, I decided to put biscuits, and I'm just gluing it all together after. It's been a while since I used this biscuit jointer, so I tested it on a bit of scrap first, make sure I could remember what I was doing. Now I decided to glue one or two of the pieces together. It was the parts really, as I know I can get to easily with a roller. I'm not doing the whole job here, just one or two bits. I hadn't really got a way of clamping this together because one end of it is the angled piece. Anyway, I just stood it on its end and let the weight of it sort of hold it together. I think it'll be alright. After I finished putting a couple of bits of it together, I started painting it down with this Rustin's MDF sealer. I've used it one or two times and I find it alright. Some people don't reckon on it, but so anyway, I painted it with this stuff, and then we had some paint colour matched at the big box store to match some drawers that are already in the room, and then I started giving it 2 or 3 coats of this with a sort of a bit of a rub down in between. Right, after it's been given a rub down, I use 600 grit sandpaper on it and just basically use the weight of the sander, putting no pressure on. So I've took the top off, it feels all nice and smooth, and now I'm going to give it a second coat. Just putting all this together with wood glue and screws. And then some parts have just got the biscuits in. Right, to fix the top on, what I've decided to do is screw and glue it. I'm going to screw it through the top here, because what's going on, I'll hide that anyway. So I didn't really want to do that, but anyway, I'm going to screw it and glue it, and like I say, it'll get hidden anyway, the screws will, and then what I'll probably end up doing is putting some plastic caps on. Right, that's all fixed on. Just had another coat of paint. Well, mainly anyway. Touching up certain areas, and especially this top area. And all's left now is take it to where it needs fitting and fix it on the wall. Right, this is it. It's in its final resting place. It's not the best video, it's a bit dark actually, but it's all I took at the time. Now he's got his PlayStation and other bits and bobs in there. Man United Lego, the stadium, which is what it was all built for. Everything's got its place now, so tidies everything up, and it's done what it was set out to do. I was a bit wary about the angle that the stadium was sitting on, but as yet it's kind of fallen off, and it seems pretty solid, so I think we're going to be okay with it. Right, that's it. If you've watched this far, thanks for watching. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be great, and I'll catch you on the next video.